Hi, this is Atomera with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Thursday, the 16th of November. Starting off with the S&P, which is looking in good shape given the bear trap island reversal that we've had several gaps to the upside, or at least a couple of decent gaps to the upside over the recent past. And the view now is that while we're above resistance on the way down around 44.60, looking for that one-year resistance line projection as high as 45.80 as soon as the end of this month. So pretty strong picture there. Onto the stocks, and starting off with AST, and here we have a situation where the shares have gapped up after a bounce test of the 50-day moving average, which is rising. So it's a bull flag breakout above the recent resistance around $4.50, looking for up to $6 by the end of this month. And a nice setup there with another bear trap island reversal, massive gap down there in July, and then gapping higher for November. Another stock on the move in a nice way is coming up now. It's Atomera. Here you can see double gaps up this week, and rising 50-day line above resistance on the way down around $6.50, looking for $8 by the end of this month, and the way things are going, by the end of this week. We've looked at the following stock before, Baiyu Holdings, and here still just the first signs of a turnaround after the rather horrible U-turn for the shares back in the late summer. Still in that falling wedge breakout that we've had since the beginning of the month, and that was versus a resistance line currently around $1.60. Above that, we're looking for the 50-day moving average at $5.50 as soon as the end of next month. We've got a bullish divergence line there as well, so that also suggests that momentum is just about to follow. This next situation is one also which the bulls may be interested in. Two gaps to the upside this week through the 50-day moving average, and above the main neckline resistance around $9.20, looking for up to $13 by the end of next month. Obviously that retest, or would retest, the August resistance there, which was a momentary blip to the upside. Going on to another situation of merit and interest at the moment. Here we've got EBIX, which early days yet, but looks as though we're in a broadening triangle base, the top of that triangle at $10.50, looking for that by the end of next month. We've also had a gap close buy signal, so the top of the gap there, $4.70, and above that, the upside there seems to be on track, especially as it's backed by the bullish divergence line there, so the lower lows for the last week, but higher RSI trace on EBIX. Another strong performer is coming up, Gyre Therapeutics, and here big breakout here through the August resistance around $11.10. Above that, looking for the top of this rising trend channel from back in July, as high as $16 by the end of this month. The 50-day line rising nicely as well, and really want to see the shares remain on the right side of that old August peak near the $11 level. Ideanomics is a stock we've looked at quite a few times before, and here it's still trying to reverse the big summer breakdown that the shares had. Got a potential broadening triangle base. Shares just nudging the 50-day line, in fact closing above that at around $2.20 yesterday, above $2.20, looking for up to $3.70 by the end of next month, especially as it's backed by an uptrend line in the RSI window. Another hot situation at the moment is coming up in the form of Kinnate, and here broadening triangle base from back in August. We've broken through, gapped through the old resistance on the way down from September around the $2 mark, above $2, looking for up to $3.80 or $90 by the end of this month. Even the 50-day line starting to rise there, which is positive, and we also have an uptrend line in the RSI window, which should add extra momentum as it already has done. Mira is the next contender, and here got a falling trend channel but a rebound within it. Gap closed by signal yesterday, so the gap, the top of the gap there around $1.96, and we're well above that. The next resistance on the way down was $2.60, and ideally we stay above that ahead of a move to the top of the channel at $4.60 by the end of this month. Another situation where there's bullish divergence, so lower lows for November, but a higher RSI trace there, so that should keep the situation running. Next up is Nicholas Financial, and here massive gap to the upside. We've hit a line of resistance there from the spring, up there at around $7.20, end of $7.18 to be precise. End of day close above $7.18, and we could be looking at a target as high as a second resistance line projection from April up to $8.40, hoping for that by the end of this month, especially while we remain above that old peak there from back in April around the $6.40 area on an end of day close basis. But ideally, as long as we're above the $6 area, looking strong for Nicholas. Onto the last three, and the first one is Repare. Here we're looking at a situation with a W-shaped reversal. We've broken the middle of that W-shaped formation, $4.60 above that. We're looking for the 50-day moving average and the top of the rising trend channel from October up to $7.30 by the end of this month. Solid is next, and currently living up to its name. Here you can see that we gapped up, it looks like the beginnings of a W-shaped reversal, but not quite there yet. Above the floor of the gap there at $2.30, looking for the top of that falling trend channel as high as $4.40 by the end of next month. Obviously, if you're cautious, you wait for the $3 area to be cleared on an end of day close before assuming that $4.40 is on its way. Target is the last stock today, and here massive gap to the upside. We're resting above the old resistance in September around $125. Above that, looking for as much as $144 at the top of that rising trend channel from August, and we'd hope to see that well before the end of this month. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.